If you have ever felt like you're the worst deer hunter in the world, watch this video and you are going to feel a lot better about yourself, because I am the worst deer hunter in the world. Time and temperature check, 7 a.m. on Sunday, the 17th of October, and it is 36 degrees. I am in the backyard, and it's weird because I'm probably only 100 yards away from the cul-de-sac, which seems weird, right? Like, it almost feels lazy. As hunters, we're accustomed to getting up wicked early and walking long distances to get to remote stands and distant bedding areas, and hear that that's duck hunters. The duck hunters are having a war out on Lake Wausau. So it feels strange being 100 yards away from the parking area, a cul-de-sac, not even 250 yards from my back door. But the bottom line is, this is where I've seen the deer every single time I've been out here. I'm in the relocated stand. I moved closer. The problem is I forgot my rangefinder today. So any shots I take, I'm gonna have to be real confident. They're gonna have to be pretty close. So yeah, let's see what's out there. So this morning I find myself surrounded by deer. I launched an arrow at a doe who totally snuck up on me. And I look up and she's got what I thought was a big doe, but it turned out to be a spike buck with her. She literally came directly under my stand. And when I reached for my bow, she ran about 15 yards away. And she circled back around, watching the whole time. She came to an opening between 20 and 25 yards. And I was able to get to draw while she was behind a tree, and I let one go. I don't know for sure if I hit her. I'm guessing I didn't. Because I didn't hear an arrow strike, and she didn't run off like she was hurt. So, I'm gonna let things calm down here for about an hour, and then I'm gonna go try to find my arrow. I still have a doe and two fawns about 75 yards away. The doe came close to being within range, but she had me spotted. She was watching me the whole time. I could not get my bow to draw. So she would move, look up at me, move, look up at me. So this forest is so wide open that even 20 feet, and plus being on the hill, right? So they're just keyed in on anything that's different. So she was very suspicious of me. She came to within about 30 yards. And then now they're walking off. Literally watching the deer in the backyards. It's pretty funny. I'm hoping they might stroll back up this way and give me a second opportunity. Well, this is why they call it hunting, not killing. I've seen 10 deer this morning. A spike buck first came through with a doe. The doe, as I said, came right under my tree stand, got a shot at her. I'm not sure what it was. Deer came up behind them. Then I had a doe and 2 fawns come in. They didn't get within shooting range. They went down to the backyards. And now 3 more, which may have been, actually, I'm sorry, 2 more just came through. And the doe came within shooting range. She was watching me and walking toward me, and she was coming to an opening. I drew, and she stood behind a tree forever. I mean, I had to be on full draw for a minute and a half. She stepped out, and I shot low and in front of her. So I'm gonna give things a minute to cool off, and we'll go find my arrows, see if there's any blood on the first one. I kinda doubt it by the way she ran off. My second one, I didn't touch a hair on her. So All right, so I took a shot at that little buck fawn. You might ask why. Why would you shoot a buck fawn? The reason is because we're urban hunting. I'm not concerned about buck population here. We're concerned about deer management and population control overall. And bottom line is that it just kept giving me one shot opportunity after another. So I took a good shot. We'll see. I pulled out. We're letting the deer expire. We are going to church in about 20 minutes. And after church, me and Evan will start the tracking process, and hopefully we'll be making a video finding the deer, and maybe I'll even make a video about field dressing if that's something of interest to you. So yeah, more to come. All right, so we're getting ready to go out and try to find this deer. We went to church. It's going on 1 o'clock now, so it's been laid up for 4 hours. That should have given it plenty of time to expire if it was a good shot. The deer was quartering away from me. Felt like a good shot, sounded like a good shot, but first thing that we're gonna do is get out there, try to find the arrow, and get an idea of just how good the hit was. Sometimes the arrow gives you good information. Is there food on the arrow? What color is the blood on the arrow? Things like that. So we're gonna go out, try to find that arrow, and then start to track the blood, see where it takes us. Did you ever get that feeling you might just be the worst deer hunter in the world? And how I feel right now. I thought this morning, after seeing 15 deer and getting 3 shots, and finally getting a really good shot on number 3, thought I had some easy tracking and recovery. I took Evan out, figured I'd show him how to track a deer, how to do field dressing, and I got nothing. No hair, no blood, no arrow. Now, this buck fawn was quartering away from me, probably within 15 yards, so the arrow may not have passed through, which means there may not be much blood, but we walked around a lot. I went to the last place where I had a visual on the deer before I lost sight of it, which he was headed toward a bedding area with thick cover. We walked into the cover, and look, I gave this deer 5 hours before I started tracking, and not hide or hair of this deer is anywhere. I'm going in to give it one more quick try. I'm just gonna give a real quick look and see if I get. I'm really basically hoping for luck. That's all I've got right now. So all deer are worthy of 100% of your effort. I don't care if it's a buck fawn or a 4.5-year-old Pope and Young buck. They are all worth our effort. So I'm giving this the effort. So I will not be hunting tonight, given the scent that I'm no doubt bringing into the woods with me, and the noise and everything else. So I don't know what to tell you guys. Hopefully I get lucky. We'll see. So this is my second attempt at tracking, and really all I'm doing is looking for blood splatter. I'm looking for as if red paint fell off of a paintbrush. I'm just kind of walking circles in the area where I shot it, paying attention to where I am relative to the tree stand and to the trail that the deer took. I'm finding nothing. I'm finding nothing. Can't find the arrow, which quartering away 55 pounds inside 20 yards, I thought it would pass through. Maybe it didn't. So now what? One issue that I have is that I know the deer crossed and he went across the property line. I don't know the neighbor, and I don't want to call and ask permission to go on the land when I don't have a blood trail leading me in. I would feel much better if I said, I know I have him hit, he's wounded, I got a blood trail, crossed your property line, can I come in? You know, one of those things where it's like, yeah, I know I hit it, I don't have blood, I don't have, you know, if he hunts in there, he is not going to want me in there stirring things up. And as a landowner, I want people to recover their deer, but I would want evidence that deer is actually hit, right? So that's the conundrum. Don't you hate that? This kind of stuff that just totally throws you off. All the red on the ground. Well, I really don't know what to say about it. I'm incredibly disappointed. I feel like I've put all of the effort into it that I can without getting a tracking dog. You know, so this is just something that we deal with as hunters. You know, this certainly is not the first deer that I've lost, but like I said, I've never shot at 3 deer in my life with a bow. Today, I shot 3 times, missed twice, hit 1, can't find it. So intense disappointment. So feel free to scrutinize me down in the comments. I mean, look, I doubt everything at this point. I doubt where the deer was standing. I doubt that I hit it. You know, just have incredible levels of self-doubt. What I do have is an urge to practice, to get my targets out and just shoot like crazy and try to improve. You know, I had all 3 of my shots were within 20 to 25 yards. That much I know. So thanks for watching, guys. Like I said, scrutinize down in comments. I deserve all the roasting I get. So subscribe and hit the like button or the dislike button. Honestly, I probably deserve it. See you on the next one.